I had to recreate this video because unfortunately I had to blow my nose in the last one. Alright, anyway, the ex of, I believe this is the ex-wife, she actually put out a protection order against Rajaee prior to him murdering her. In the protection order, she said, he mouthed, "I'm coming for you. Rajaee Black has a history of threatening, pushy, shoving, biting, intimidating, mental abuse, and emotional abuse towards me. I am terrified because I do not know what he is capable of doing to me and the girls. I do not feel that we are safe. I do not feel safe at all. I feel that my life is in danger." And I believe this is the ex-wife that was actually murdered by him. And the reason why this is so important is because it's symbolic of domestic violence in general. The reason why domestic violence homicides are on the rise is because there's no structures in place to prevent it from happening. Generally speaking, when domestic violence abuse is reported, the police officers they come after it has happened, and they report it, they take pictures, and the only mechanism that the abused person, the victim, can put in place to prevent the abuse is a restraining order or a protection order. But all that is a piece of paper. There's nothing physical, there's nothing to micromanage the abuser. You know, and if somebody is hell-bent on killing you, then the piece of paper is not going to prevent them from doing that, because the problem is a lot of these men who kill their girlfriends and wives, they kill themselves. So what is a restraining order or a protection order going to do? And there's really nothing that the court system or law enforcement can do to prevent a murder from happening when it comes to domestic violence. They come after the fact, after everything is already over with. And I think that's a serious problem, because like law enforcement says, domestic violence murders are on the rise. In the city of Seattle, Washington, this year, the domestic violence murders are double what they were for the past 3 years. So, yeah, and it's kind of hard to keep track of domestic violence homicides because, you know, when you encounter a murder, detectives it's really hard for them to distinguish what the motive was. You know, a lot of times the motive is jealousy, anger, and it's not really described as a domestic violence homicide. Usually domestic violence homicides occur when the two people are still dating or when they recently broken up. But if a woman gets killed and a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend or ex-husband kills her 3 years later, then it's going to be classified as like a different type of homicide, not domestic violence, because they don't live together domestically. And that's a big problem as well. You know, it's hard to keep track of the numbers because domestic violence murder means that you dwell domestically together. But rest in peace to this victim. I think it's sad. You know, she did everything that she was supposed to do. She reached out to law enforcement. She told them that she feared for her life. But at the end of the day, what can law enforcement do? What can the court system do? They can't put the person in jail for what they might do or what they're capable of doing. And simple assault charges, stalking charges, they're temporary fixes. They're like temporary band-aids for a big, big wound. Rest in peace.